Hello friends and welcome back. We made it for a full week of Daily Dandy. This is episode 7. Let's get right back into business. And we'll talk about some of the things that happened last time, because actually I wanted to make a little bit of a correction. Apparently the item that I'd gotten first, I can't remember exactly what it was. I think it was a pear or something like that. It was green, I remember that much. But apparently what it did was more like a damage up when at full health, plus an additional empty heart container. So I guess the idea being if you can regain that one missing health, is that, am I off here? I might be off here, but that's kind of something like what I thought it was. And that's thanks to you guys letting me know in the comments, because I actually had thought that it was just an empty heart container and that was it, which honestly wouldn't be the best of items, if that's all it does. Considering, well, you can get the cheese item, which gives you, like, what, 3 or 4 empty heart containers, so, you know, a big opportunity, as I talked about last time. And I wanted to compliment, honestly. I've talked about the structure and the balance of the game a little bit, things that I thought were maybe a little bit off, but strategically, the structure and pacing of the game are really quite on, actually. I was thinking about how there's different viable builds, how you can start out in different positions and come out in different ways depending on what your first few item choices are. And, well, I think we've got to take the cherry because this gives us some long-term survivability. But these kind of decisions are very important and very interesting, and the fact that we get to have them, I find, is quite gratifying. And so what I was talking about is, like, the fact that you can start out and sort of pace yourself as well. I'd like to have this build be sort of defense-heavy. I'd like to really pad my health early on. Or, hey, I'd really like to forego health in favor of having really high damage in the hopes of getting health later. And these decisions, they seem like they're reasonably inconsequential, but since you're given 3 choices, one of them is always health, there's always, like, kind of a wrong decision depending on what your intended consequence ends up being. And I think that's kind of what I think plays to the strengths of the experiential learning here. I mean, not only do you have to learn how enemies work, you have to learn what different kind of item interactions there are, but you have to just memorize some of the items to know that some of them would be less useful to you at certain points in the game. And there are situations when you can see your pacing going forward and you kind of forego taking a different direction because it just would sort of contradict what you have laid out ahead of you. Hopefully that makes sense. Anyway, I think taking Cherry early on is not a bad idea. If I end up taking some stupid damage, well, so be it, but hopefully I won't stay beyond, like, 1 or 2 negative heart containers, meaning, like, down from full. Ideally, I won't, you know, lose anything past my gold heart containers, and hopefully I won't even lose those. But it's nice to have the padding and the comfort of knowing that if I do make some mistakes, it's probably not game over right away. At least I have some way of regaining my health without having to just hope for good RNG and wait for health friends to show up like they've been so kind as to do right now. But so far, we're stacking health, we're doing pretty good. I can't complain too much. I mean, we haven't had a lot of options for bad play yet. It's really been mostly just... Oh, that almost was a hit right there. It's really been mostly just get through each wave, try not to think too hard about it, and wait for our options to show up, and our options are going to be our statues, of course. Okay. Oof, barely made it through that one. So we're up 4 gold, which I love. I'd love to continue this streak if we could maybe eliminate some of these very angry, aggressive seahorses, which we've done. We're, what, 1 or 2 more waves away from getting another item. This is going to be the pivotal moment, of course, this next statue. And I'm trying to shoot a little bit more conservatively, although maybe I've made a few mistakes on this play. Yeah. Alright, that was silly of me, but what can you do? Sometimes mistakes are made. Apple. We've got to take Apple. Banana's recurring boomerang shots. Apple is split shot, and I love it. This means so many good things for us. This means that we can shoot at stuff like jelly jigglers and not have to be directly in line with them, which just makes my life so much easier. Not only that, but I mean, it's like 20/20. It essentially doubles my damage to the best of my abilities and knowledge. I mean, if the enemy is right in front of me, especially. If they're on the other side, well, we can actually try and use this to kind of channel 2 different sections of damage down into the other side of the world. And the more options I've got, the better. Strategically speaking, as well as just, it's more fun that way, too. Alright, gotta watch out for health friends. I really don't want to eliminate them by accident. Oof, that was very close. A little bit of a panic dodge there, but it happened to work out for me. But what I was saying before is I was trying to maybe shoot a little bit less just so I don't happen to take out health friends by accident as much. It's gonna happen probably one way or the other, but if I can at least have a little bit more distance, maybe a little bit better judgment about what I'm trying to do here, that might work out better for all of us in the end. I mean, the temptation is just going hard. Just try and kill everything as quickly as possible, because the faster they die, the lesser chance you have for getting in awkward predicaments. And also, if you've noticed, and I know this is by design, it's actually a really cool decision, each wave, after a certain point, the enemies kind of come in phases. So you get a moment or two to actually eliminate some things before extra damaging options are added on the offensive side. And I really like that actually lets you approach things in a different way sometimes. I mean, there's certain situations where, because of that, you may actually not have to take any damage, whereas if they had all appeared at the exact same moment, well, we'd be in a bad position. Potentially, you might have multiple things homing in shots on you, and then you've maybe got 3 of these narwhal guys all trying to stab you at the same time, and that's completely information overload. You don't really have a lot of options with how to deal with that, unless you're just fantastic at compartmentalizing. Oh, Grape Friend did not die nearly soon enough for me. Let's prioritize these enemies, because they have the chance of taking out others. Okay, that one got too close. Gotta deal with it. Oof, very, very close stuff. Yeah, my damage is maybe not quite where I need it to be just yet. We were able to take out all of those in fairly quick succession, so that's good. Alright, love it. Few more phases and we're on to another item. What are we hoping for? Coffee would be great. I'd love to get the wiggle worm pattern, kind of doubly increase my chance of... Oh, bad damage. Not doubly increase my chance of bad damage, but that's what just happened there, unfortunately. But we haven't dipped... Oh, no, my health friend! Okay, I shot it once, but it lived through the second one. We've recovered 1. That's okay, that's good. And we've got a deluge of red demons coming in at this very moment. I'm pretty sure whoever said that thing about that the health friends go in at the same time as the red demons, that they're probably right about that. So what is this item up here? I don't know if I've ever seen this. It looks like a chunk of vertebrae. Pretty sure that's not a candy. Oh, it's got to just be a marshmallow. Just straight up a normal marshmallow. Why did I assume it was a bone when it's just like a candy option? Or we've got the pear, which I just was praising before as a damage up, I believe, if it's the same item. I've got to take the one I don't know what it is, just for experiential learning's sake, so let's see. This looks interesting. Temporary fix for a bigger problem. Also, is this an extra life? I think it, oh my god, look how much health I have. Well, it's temporary health, so it's like a ton of spirit hearts. Alright. That's pretty sweet. Maybe it's not an extra life, actually. I was hoping that's what it was, because I haven't seen anything like that yet. But I wouldn't put it past the developer for such a thing to exist in the game. This might be the most health I've ever had. I'd really love to preserve it. And it seems that we've very much cemented our position, as in, like, strategically, we're going for high health, low damage build, unfortunately, on this one. I would have liked to have had a little bit of both, if at all possible, but it looks like my decisions have kind of cemented one and not the other. That's okay. We've still got another 1 statue, I believe, before the boss, if I remember correctly. We should be getting jelly jigglers maybe in this... Is it this phase? Yeah, I think it's this phase. So actually, maybe I take that back. This might be the last chance I get. Oh, bad damage. Probably could have avoided that one. I was a little bit more careful. I know I'm getting in the habit of saying all damage is bad damage. I mean, there are just unfortunate movements that I make that are not so much bad damage as poor play. Well, I guess that's sort of the counterpoint of what I'm trying to say when I say bad damage. But, you know, hopefully you follow what I'm saying here. This is a great situation for me to eliminate these enemies quickly, since I've got split shot. I'm totally leaning on auto fire, like I said I wasn't going to do. Let's just kind of damage all of these guys real quickly, and... Oh, bad dodge. I was trying to slide up between those. Didn't work out. Alright, just keep sliding around for a second here. Make sure we take out these shield bearers. The faster I can eliminate those, the lesser chance of me reflecting shots back at myself, which is obviously a big problem that I have. Oh, I didn't even see that dude down there in the mist. What a sneaky ninja he was. He could have gotten away with murder. I wouldn't even known he was there. Oh, bad shot. I'm not even exactly sure I know what happened there. I think I probably just reflected a shot off of the shield guy. Not the shield guy, but the circle shield guy. That's not a better way to explain that, is it? The dude with the revolving shield. The red wispy guy. I think you know. Okay. Stand still. I guess if I really want to go hard on it, like, I don't have to really care too much. I can just shoot directly into the shield guys, and my reflected shots will bounce back off. Oh, I'd really love to eliminate these two first, because they shoot a lot. There we go. Wait it out. I think this phase, specifically, of all of them, could use more alternate enemies the most. Just because, well, like I said a few times in the past, I feel like this one really slows down your feeling of momentum. And if we could just have a few waves that are different types of approaches, that would go a long way to making me feel like there's other stuff going on. Oh, right. Okay, let's just hard and heavy on that guy. And cool, we're good. What, maybe 3 or 4 more phases left? Waves left? I don't know what, like, I need nomenclature, like, more proper nomenclature to describe what's going on in this moment-to-moment gameplay sometimes. You know, there's item statues, which are like our item rooms. There's waves, which are subdivided by item statues. Oh my god, that was so bad. There's waves, I've called them stages. I don't know what I'm saying here. Gotta figure it out, maybe we gotta write it down. Okay, stop moving. Now move. You know, people have said, like, maybe I need to prioritize better what enemies do what. And I agree with you. The only thing is, though, like, it's not always a conscious mental decision when I make bad mistakes, like which enemy is going to shield and which isn't. A lot of the time it's just sort of panic floundering, which is not good, obviously. Oh, I've got to take lemon here. I think that's the only way to go. Watermelon, you know, you have your bonuses. I think being able to clear a lot of things at once, clear out bullets is great, but lemon, if I remember correctly, is just a damage up, right? Slower, stronger shots. So yeah, I've got to go lemon. Plus, look how cool they look. Can't be too mad about that. So I did have one more statue. I was right the first time. Okay, so this is the last phase before the boss. I feel like we're in an okay position. I mean, I've probably been a little bit better off, but I've also been a lot worse off a lot of the time. I've got great health. I've got pretty damaging shots. I've got split shot, which is really helpful. And I've got a demon familiar friend, which can go ahead and grab me health later on. So, yeah, I can't really complain too much. I think we're in an okay spot. Would be better if I had shot that guy a little bit earlier. But what are you gonna do? Mistakes were made. Alright, helicopters are here. I'm not generally super worried about helicopters, but they can have some bad enemy synergies occasionally with other friends. Like, these guys are not my favorite to deal with helicopters with, because then you get stuff coming up and down from the top and bottom. It's like a lot of sensory overload, and I think that's my biggest enemy in Dandy, is sensory overload. I think that's when I have the highest chance of taking damage, when I get overwhelmed by immense numbers of bullets or unpredictable enemies, things that are happening that they feel like they're a little bit faster than I can necessarily retaliate. And what I mean by retaliate is block the shots and therefore gain an advantage, sort of like we were doing like the Harry Potter Voldemort style, like wand duel, or like a Vegeta Goku kind of power fight, you know, those types of things. People do those all the time in shows. We're doing power fights. Oh, right, we want to wait. Give it some time. And good. That would actually be so cool. I really hope that there's like a Brimstone-style laser beam in this game. Alright. Yeah. And I kind of hope that the enemies have a Brimstone-style laser beam as well, because it would be quite cool to see the two of us, like, have a battle of Brimstones. Like, what candy would even represent a laser beam, really? Like, Nerd's Rope. But that's not really a very good... Like, the game has obviously stayed away from naming trademarked candy types, so I guess we would have to come up with something a bit more pliable and not so much name brand focused. Oh, this is rough. I can't believe I dodged that, actually. Yep, I didn't dodge that, though, because it was stuck up in the corner. Maybe Saltwater Taffy could be our Brimstone laser. There's probably Saltwater Taffy already in this. I would be surprised if there wasn't. I've got to look at a list, although I've been actually trying not to look at a list of all the power-ups in this. Alright, so much for all my free health that I had. Now all of a sudden things are looking a little bit more dire than they were. Not because I'm in immediate danger, but because long-term, my survivability is starting to suffer. But like I said 100 times already, I've got a demon familiar that hopefully will keep us afloat for a little while. But yeah, I've been avoiding looking at an actual list of all the power-ups because, well, I want to learn them by myself, and also I want there to still be some surprises. I like having that Gestalt moment of like, hey look, it's that new best item in the game. Aren't we all excited that we found that? Oh, will I take damage? Yes, yes I will. I thought I could just slightly stay up above the explosion. Unfortunately, the positioning was not quite right. Alright, we're in that bad spot again, where I've got to, zoom through the bullets. Oh, this is bad. That's a lot of bullets again. Okay, we're good. Only took a couple seconds for things to turn around. And here we go, we're at the boss. We always get a big ol' swarm of these guys every time when we're about to start this boss fight. I wonder if that's a test of our damage, like a check. Just to make sure that we've got enough damage to be able to take them all out fast enough. Oh yeah, look at all that. Almost down to half already. I really have to not waste my strong bullets on... Oh, this is awkward. On shooting the mines, but I also need to clear the mines very readily or I'm gonna be in trouble. Yeah, see, this is the conundrum here because I want to keep shooting the mines, but I also want to charge up so I have a little bit more damage to do to the boss. Obviously, the faster I kill the boss, the less chance I have of getting hit by the mines, so it's sort of a catch-22, I'm sure, by design. Actually, it really only takes me a split second to get my damaging shots back. Oh, no! Vampire friend, go forth! Claim the life of this bizarre, weird caterpillar! Okay, we made it. Well, we're obviously not going to take a health power-up from the statue here. This would be silly. Cinnamon or hot pepper? I'm going to go cinnamon. Hot pepper gives you an extra fiery familiar. I'm going to take cinnamon. I think that's the better of the two choices. Love the pain makes you stronger. The hope being that maybe this is cumulative, and I don't really know if it is. It may well not be. But in case... Oh, God. This is scary. Nothing's died yet! How? How is nothing? You have way too much health and I have way too little damage. That's the solution here. I didn't get hit. Okay, I feel like a freaking genius right now. Let's just keep this up. Prioritize damage on the most scary enemy, obviously. Free health friend? Nope. Really hoping this could be your time to shine. Okay. You've got to have command of the left side of the screen before these guys show up, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. Oh, kill it! Okay. Yeah, you got to have the ability to dodge to lead him in, that way you can get out of the way, which means you've got to have, like, half the screen cleared to even have... Oh, stupid. Okay, familiar, this is your time, man. You've got a free health, ready to go, right? This is what you do. I've not seen him proc yet. Although we've had full health for, like, the majority of the game so far. Would have really loved to take that guy out super, super fast. Okay, we did. Alright, we've got 3 again, as well as charging. A lot of charging going on. Yeah, you guys were right, by the way. Red enemies are charge enemies. I think that's fairly self-evident. I think I knew it subconsciously, but I didn't actually ever say it out loud. That is the trend, though. If they're red, as the little marshmallow guys turn... they are charging when they turn red, so that's kind of another giveaway to it. And also, oh, I didn't even see him! He charged me before I knew he existed. That's not cool. I think they need, like, at least a little bit of a buffer when they first show up on the screen to make sure you know there's one available, but I don't know, maybe I'm just whining. In the scheme of things, that was one of the less fair things that's happened, but at the same time, like, the game's pretty fair. I can't really be that upset. Alright, my split shot is actually doing me a lot of favors right now, and I think we're past the realm of charging beetles for the moment, which I love. I would love to also get a cheese power-up right after this. I think my damage is sufficient. We just need to get to the next item pedestal, the next statue scene. We're about halfway there. Let's pump all these great friends. I don't know if they're really my friends. I mean, honestly, their only mission in life is to hurt me, but, you know, some people have sort of combative, adversarial friendships with people. You know, I'm not one to judge. I'm not gonna tell Dandy how to live his life. Dude's a wild dude. I mean, if you look at his face right now, you can tell he's a wild dude. You don't need me to say it. He's going, la 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 la, and he's just firing all of the heat of his passion of his candy soul right now. I love, too, that I have, like, a little head bobber that's in the shape of my former life. And there's a little vampire, of course, chasing me around, which, who would be upset about that, right? Oh, no! I can't believe I walked into that shot. That hurts. On the upside, though, if there's anything to take from this situation, it's that I am surviving longer than I used to. And why hasn't my demon familiar paid out a single time? I'm not super happy about that. I might just take the health, to be honest, because I can't count on this guy right now. I mean, Lime would be fine. I'm gonna take the health. It feels like a kind of crappy way to go, but at the same time, I just want to live a bit longer to get strategies down for later enemies. I think I can kind of overwhelm a lot of these guys, as long as they get in my fire range, which I don't really think that it's oh no! Oh, that hurts. Especially when they're so rare these days, like to kill one of my few friends in this life. It's a lonely world. That's all I have to say about that. The only non-adversarial friendship that I've got as Dandy, and I go and I squander it. Alright, level 2 Jelly Jiggler, no big deal. These guys are being quite pensive about the whole thing. I appreciate it. If you want to not fire at me, that's fine. In general, like, that's a good way to go if you want to, you know, get on my good side as an alchemist. I was going to try and use the shield there to kind of backfire some of the shots onto the underside of the Jelly Jiggler. Also, I love these sentences that I get to say when I play this game. I mean, very much like Isaac, I mean, there's some absurd sentences in that game as well, but these are a little bit less on the grotesque side, and, you know, I obviously have a rather macabre sense of artistry about me. I think my aesthetics tend to lean in that direction more predominantly than anything else. But every now and then, I like a little bit something more oriented like this. Maybe a little saccharine, you know? And maybe that's literally the right word to use when we're describing candy people. I don't know how to get involved in this. They're firing far faster than I think I could attempt to, and my split shot does not quite reach where it needs to be. Alright, let's look for an opening there. Oh, there we go. And now there's actually a little bit of downtime that I can insert my shots in. Health friend? Anybody? No, doesn't look like it. And we're left with one angry bird. Can't be angry for too long. What is it supposed to be? Like a tangerine with a really big stem? Alright, pop the grapes first off. This is kind of awful. I'd like to get rid of the angry bird first, though, because it does have the option, and then we should be able to sneak in underneath. When they're so close like this, it makes it really difficult to do damage, as I'm sure you've been made aware of. This is fine. That wave was quite simple. Look how far I am on the progress chart right now. We're so barely involved in this so far. We're like 1/6 through this. And I'm clearing waves, like, fine. This phase is so long. Maybe later on I'll get so good at the game that this won't even feel like drudgery, but right now I think it really does. Just gotta grip my teeth and bear it and just get through it. I can't help but imagine that those floaty, spiky guys that shoot the three-way shots, they remind me a little bit of the Cacodemons from Doom. Obviously a less grotesque version of them. I'm sure you don't need me to say that, but you've got a similar shape and structure, the little horns at the top. Something like that. I mean, the Cacodemons shoot like one single ball, not 3 split shots, but you know, what is the other one? The something of pain, element of pain. What do they shoot? I can't actually remember, which is frightening because of the amount of hours that I've played Doom in my life for me to forget that. Not only their name, but what they even do. Well, I mean, they were Doom 2 enemies, so I guess they have that going for them. I didn't play as much Doom 2 as Doom 1. I can't believe I can't remember their name, though. I'm kind of excited for Doom 4, actually. I mean, I don't want to get super far off. I've decided this is the series that I'm going to mostly stay gameplay-oriented to, but I am excited to see what they do with Doom 4. I like Doom 3, by the way. I just didn't like it as much as Doom 2, I guess is the way to put it. Which is weird to say, considering it's like a completely overhauled game. But at the core of it, I guess it's exactly the same. So maybe the graphics don't matter as much as we'd like to believe that they do. It's more about the game feel. Which, I guess if I could apply something to what we're doing right now... Oh, I should really just let these things turn a bit more. Oh, he finally gets me a health piece. Thank you very much, Demon Overlord. Oh, I really need to let them turn more. I know I decided this before, but these guys ended my run last time. But yeah, I was about to say, game feel is a thing that Dandy's got down. This is terrifying. Oh, he gave me another free health. Okay, cool. Now, let them turn a bit more. Get in the middle. Alright, okay, so they're defeating my bullets at the exact same pace that I'm... Okay, introducing them. But yeah, that's a big element of any game, really, is the game feel. Oh, no. And the fact that this game gives you, very frequently, at least for a while, the feeling of being very powerful. That's always a positive when it comes to any kind of gameplay. It doesn't feel like you're overpowered, but it feels like you're very powerful compared to what you're dealing with. You just deal with lots of iterations, which make it feel, you know, like there's more meat to the game. So, like, the ability that I can shoot all these guys, feel fairly like I have a chance against them. You know, you never feel like you're totally outmatched. It's just about the strategic opportunities that you take and make. And I think the music and the graphical elements do play a little bit into game feel for sure. I mean, the fact that the game is responsive, quick... careful. Okay, this is scary business. I want to get off on these whole, like, intangible conversations about game design, but also I want to just stay alive. So maybe I'll kind of cordon those off for the moment. We'll save those for another day when we can start talking about them in Phase 1 of the game, when I have a better chance of being alive earlier and longer. I don't feel like these guys are very threatening compared to the last ones I was fighting. Oh, health friend? No. Give me more. Oh, okay, so we've got another variation. These guys look like Pokemon that are popping up from the bottom of the ground, like Otzel or something. How are we gonna figure this whole thing? Okay, there we go. Let them face away from you, and then all of a sudden life gets a lot easier. Beautiful. I love that there's still strategies that I'm sort of formulating even this far into the game. I mean, this has been almost a half an hour run already. And I'm not dead yet, so that's good. In fact, I'm hanging in there. I mean, I'm not getting procs as often as I'd like from my Devil Familiar, my Vampire Familiar, but I'm getting some. So it's helping me keep my cool when I'm... Oh, there we go. Thanks, buddy. When I'm getting overwhelmed by this deluge of bullets all of a sudden, which is the exact thing I wanted to avoid. Alright, let them turn around. Turn. Turn. Oh, God. Okay, that's really dangerous when they do that, when I don't remember that they're going to all of a sudden fire out of the blue. Thankfully, I still have full health, though. Careful. Got jelly jigglers involved now, too. This is a lot. Okay. This phase is going well. Oh, fast pincers. Okay, I want these to turn, but I have to kill the pincer first. And now I don't care if they turn because it's too late anyway. I'm noticing a couple of those, the blue straight snake shots are actually... That's not really the official name. They're turning, like, yellowish. Is that because of my shots somehow affecting them? Oh, also, the fact that I've taken all this damage, that's what's making me so freaking strong. In case you're wondering. So the synergy between Lemon and Bloody Cherry, both really fantastic. Oh, looks like we're going to a new realm. Oh, it's the sky! It's the sky that we started out in. Woo! Is this the end? Are we gonna fight the boss soon? Also, are we getting progress on our bar right now? I don't think so, right? That would make this too easy. Then, like, that whole end half would have nothing going on in it. Oh, it's raining! Watch out. Maybe one of these clouds is going to be dangerous all of a sudden. I kind of doubt it, but it's possible. Alright, Vampire Familiar, go steal some health out of one of those clouds for me, buddy. You got this? Alright, we passed through the dark cloud. We're coming out the other end. Are we going to fight the owl now? Oh god, I hope the owl isn't the final boss. There's the owl. What happens now? He's gonna give me health? I don't trust it. Why would you give me health if you're gonna fight me? Alright, Owl. It's gonna happen now. Please tell me the game doesn't just start over. There's gotta be... Oh, there he is! It's the Candy Kingdom Guardian. Alright. This is full-on bullet hell. I can't shoot those bullets, by the way, so I've gotta stay in the center. This boss fight reminds me so much of one from Fantasy Zone, which if you've never played, you should play, because it's wild, and it's really psychedelic for a, you know, old 8-bit game. Oh, I took damage there? This can't be the only phase, right? Because honestly, this is... Oh, no! Okay, no, it's not the only phase. Now I've got to adjust my playstyle accordingly. I'm not going to get any shots in if this keeps happening. I love that he's tracking my movements. Oh, there's also shots coming somewhere else, too. Okay, so that was a temporary phase. Oh, no! The hitbox, it's so close! I'm pretty good at this type of thing, but the hitbox is so close. I'm being really careful to avoid these shots. Ah! What a drag. I got so far. And now you're gonna drop my lemon and call it a day. Alright, goodbye world. What a long journey we just went on there to die on the final boss. I actually thought I was gonna do that. Well, now that I've seen it once, I kind of know what the strategy is there, although there's probably a third phase that I haven't accounted for yet. Jeez, that's harsh. If I had maybe more heart containers, that would have helped, or maybe more damage. No, I had a ton of damage. I shouldn't really have to say that. The fact that I kept taking all that damage during the fight as well, it was actually quite well complementing what I was trying to do there. Oh, it was obviously my best run yet. I've never made it to the boss before, so... props on that, I guess, to me, but still, I really wish I could have just finished that, because that was a long journey. I really didn't expect that the whole game was going to take like a half an hour to get to the final boss. I also thought there was going to be another boss, or maybe some kind of a checkpoint system at some point. Maybe it wouldn't be unlocked, like, right away, but maybe, I don't know, far into the run, we would get to a thing that's like, oh, now we can go to this part and start over from there. I guess for the sake of practice, starting off at, like, past boss 1 might be helpful, but then again, that kind of throws away some of the balance element, considering you've got to get to that point to then practice the enemies after that, and then it would just make it too easy, so, I don't know. It's probably balanced fine. I'm just being weird. Alright, that was today's Daily Dandy. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you continue to enjoy this series. If you do, I wouldn't mind it if you leave a like on the series. That would be great. It's like free candy, right? That's what I say in the description. It's like candy you can give to me. Anyway, thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you back for the next one. I hope you have a lovely night, and thanks for watching.